Good evening, everybody. I'd just like to say welcome everybody to the event tonight. It's fabulous to see the support for the foundation. Sylvia's going to say a few words later on this evening, but without further ado, I want to introduce the guys who are here at soundcheck, and for the first time were absolutely amazing, and I'm really looking forward to it. And it's by the Becker, everybody. Thanks so much.
Hello. Hiya. By the way, if anyone's wondering why there's a rabbit cake over there, Miffy. They don't know who Miffy is, but some might. It was my daughter's first birthday today, so this is the remnant, the leftovers, if you will. So help yourselves, please. We are just over half of the band by the Beck, so this is a new thing for us. It's like an acoustic setup. We've got our bass player watching us. He's pained. I can tell he's pained. So this is a new thing, so bear with us. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the blue, we understate our standards now, standing into in blue. She grows in you. We are the Russian dolls, all in a row, out of the blue. It went straight to the head, and I missed what you said when you left me alone in the room. By hook or by crook, I distinguished the look, and they blindly the deaf to their beds. What was it said? What was it said? This next one's called Settle In. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me I was right. Don't tell me that I'm always right. Stop following the light, 'cause darkness is always gonna find you in the end, and you settle in. And contender on your own. Your force is brushing off on us all. You see the You've been talking to your postman in the rain, and you settle in. Caution in the wind, and there's snow, sleet, and hail, and it's falling. I do not know which way to turn. Step out for me and run, 'cause this fire's burning out. Lost, everybody's gone. There's no one around. I do not know which way to turn. I'm talking on my own. Talking on my own radio. I've lost the will to think, but I know that time takes its time getting in and to settle in. And you're turning me around, and you're turning me the wrong way. I used to know it all, and now I'm just happy to be here this thin and to settle in. Cause there's thunder in the rain, there's caution in the wind, and there's snow, sleet, and hail, and it's falling. Do not know which way to turn. Step out for me and run, 'cause this fire's burning out. Lost, everybody's gone, and there's no one around. I do not know which way to turn. There's thunder in the rain, there's caution in the wind, and there's snow, sleet, and hail, and it's falling. I do not know which way to turn. Step out for me and run, 'cause this fire's burning out. Lost, everybody's gone, and there's no one around. I do not know which way to turn. I do not know which way to turn. Okay. Bear with me, sorry.
It's quite warm in here.
Okay, this next one's called Electric Fence. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the first day of sun for what seems like too long, and I'm hanging over last night, but I can't help but remember the past, and it hits me hard. Cut grass is out, and where the stars, I had a low point of view, and almost perfectly she stood, and you could see the specks of sun jump through her delicate blonde hair, and a smile filled my eyes, and a kilt hung down my thighs. And all the flowers were so prominent, like stars in the night. We wanted to touch the electric fence, but we didn't. We threw sticks instead, and nothing happened. And I remember running through the fields and trees and misty haze. We had ran for what seemed like days, and the distance made an awkward smile appear. And sometimes we remember I had a good summer. I had a good summer when all the flowers were so prominent, like stars in the night. We wanted to touch the electric fence, but we didn't. We threw sticks instead. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. It's the first day of sun for what seems like too long, and I'm hanging over last night, but I can't help but remember the past, and it hits me hard. Cut grass is how and where it starts. Thank you. Just got two more left. This next one's called Little Boy Lost. Okay. Nervously calling me over, the bright burning coal and your cheekbones are flickering over and over, the same contradictions, when my own intention is to push my lips into yours. There's a call to the wild in your eyes, and the damage you've come in the palm of your hand.
inside and I'm falling through you and I'm sinking slowly like a child with his mother's found in the Lord and the boat looks at her. The sound of the twigs on the ground. And it's been 4 hours since we made a sound, and there's always horizon when you're lost at sea. Maybe a shape will be coming to me, and there's a call to the wild in your eyes, and the damage you've come in the palm of your hand. Gonna find myself in your eyes, and I'm gonna save myself deep inside, and I'm falling through you and I'm sinking slowly like a child when his mother's found him alone on the boat. Looks at her. Looks at her.
Thank you very much. We're just over half of Beiderbecke, and thanks for listening. This is our last song. It's called Red Eye. And thanks all for coming. And this is a really valid charity, I think, because pretty much, in my mind, everything that's wrong with the world is some sort of intolerance to something with someone else. And so I really appreciate everyone coming here tonight and paying and being here for this wonderful charity, which is bigger than just one person. It's obviously everybody. That's that. So this is Red Eye.
take the red eye away. Hold on to it. Take the red eye away. I feel rich in these rags. I feel like I'm 77. Was it a terrible mistake for me to jettison this way? I'm feeling so cold, like I woke up in the barn. I see a cluster of stars, thirsty bubbles around us. Die slow, bright star of fire, please hold on. So take a picture of me in a dream. Hold on to it. Take the red eye away. Hold on to it. Take the red eye away.
Thank you. Thanks very much. See you in a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me very great pleasure to introduce some friends of mine called Harp and a Monkey. They are the folktronica element of this evening's entertainment. They're a fabulous bunch of guys and they're a really, really good sound, and I hope you enjoy. Harp and a Monkey, people. Ooh.
Thank you. The next voice that you're going to hear is it's the voice of a veteran from the First World War at the Battle of Passchendaele, and there's another voice as well singing what I suppose you could equate to a popular song of the day, although that doesn't really seem like the right vernacular to describe it. But this is called The Reluctant Soldier.
There was no chance of getting wounded and getting a blighty one at Passchendaele. You'd either get through or die. Because if you're wounded and you slip off the duck boards, you just sank into the mud.
The old barbed wire, I saw them hanging on the old barbed wire.
There's no guitar in the monitor. And I would walk 1,000 miles to hear that sound no more.
Look to your right and look to your left. Hear the faces go off.
I don't want to go where the soldiers go. I don't want to go. I don't want to know why they march in rows. I don't want to know, 'cause I don't want to go where the soldiers go. To foreign fields where they turn cartwheels and they die in rows. And I don't want to go where the soldiers go. To poppy fields where they turn cartwheels and they lie in rows. I don't want to go where the soldiers go. I don't want to go. I don't want to know why they march in rows. I don't want to know, 'cause I don't want to go where the soldiers go. To foreign fields where they turn cartwheels and they lie in rows. And I don't want to know about your fight. I stay at home, lead a quiet life, might just take a wife.
Hanging on the old barbed wire, I saw them hanging on the old barbed wire.
Thank you. Now that we've got our uplifting one out of the way, you probably gathered that we play a sort of a bit of a strange blend of folk, but we found that we would be accepted in the folk clubs. Even they can be a bit sniffy about like electronic backing track stuff, and like cheating, you know. And but if you've got a song about the First World War and a ghost story, you're all right, you know what I mean? Even if you haven't got a beard or so, this is the ghost story. Man. Underneath a willow, sat beside a stream, thought I saw a young girl waiting there for me. I could not be sure, but something wasn't right. It's kept me from my sleep for too many nights. Walking home from your house just the other night, swear I saw that young girl, gave me quite a fright. She walked down to the willow, sat beside the stream. Before she disappeared, she seemed to smile at me. She waits for me alone. 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 I sneaked out through the back door where the street runs wild. There I saw a young girl slip into the deep. I didn't say a word, but her face haunts all my dreams. Dress, hold her down. I watched her drown. Thank you. Oh, could we have a little bit more of the backing in the monitor? Because we found that like we tend to have the moments that Britney Spears never has with her backing track. Ours always goes wrong. We're called Harp and a Monkey, and there is some sort of semblance of meaning to it in that we have a sort of undersized harp. I should say that all the stuff like this, the string stuff and everything is on the backing track is played by Sam because he's like the talented one, you know what I mean? If we were ABBA, he'd be Benny and Bjorn. We're just the sex symbols, he's Agnetha and Anthony. We know our place in the great scheme of things. But this is a song about old wives' tales. This wife said she was holy. This wife said she could teach me things. This wife said she would share it for a drink. I never asked for anything. I never promised anything. If I've learned a single thing, look a drunk in the eye, you're likely to start a fight. Better unborn than unbred. A still tongue keeps a wise head. Don't let the old wives keep you from your bed. I never asked for anything. I never promised anything. If I've learned a single thing, look a girl in the eye, you're likely to take a wife. the same side of bed, or you will have bad luck, it said. A cat sucks the breath from a baby's head. A bird in the house means that someone's surely dead. Thank you. Can I just take this minute while everyone's here to just say, I thought that first band were absolutely fantastic. They were really, really good. By the back, superb, really good sound. And there is, of course, great things yet to come, so you got some fantastic poetry, and then the charming, affable and superbly talented. Yeah, we could just keep going with adjectives. He's a lovely fella, he's Andy, and he's a talented man, so you'll love his set, so please make sure to stay around for that. We're just doing a short set tonight, so I suppose seeing as you brought it, we'd better let you do another one, hadn't we? He made that out of an ex-girlfriend's wooden leg. When he gets that high, he starts getting overexcited. You know what I mean? It's further than he ever got in, like, you know. You've been practicing. We could have a routine here. This is a song about a guy, and he goes off to the Falklands, and he survives. But he leaves his child with his wife, and he doesn't bother coming back because it's messed with his head, and then he reaches a point where he's trying to build some bridges. Sorry about that, this is like bloody post-song fatigue, stress, trauma. Yeah. Anyway, it's about a Falklands veteran and an absent father. Only 23 when I ran away to sea. Galtieri did for me, but I couldn't do much for you. I left you with a loving mum, and when she died I know I should have come. The truth is I was on the run from the things that I had done. When I was just 35, that's 2 years more than Jesus survived. I stole a car and I drove it far, but I couldn't outdrive my life. 23. The doctor says it's time for me. I wrote this note and I only hope that you'll find the time to read. 'Cause time goes so fast. Time goes so fast. Too fast to last. Too fast to ask for forgiveness. For forgiveness. For forgiveness. For forgiveness. I was only 23 when I ran away to sea. I was only 23 when Falkland Islands did for me. Thank you. Cheers. It always goes down quite. It always goes down quite well, that one. I'm not sure what that says about you. You probably gathered that sort of this is a band with sort of some multi-talented people in it, so you feel under pressure, you know what I mean, to. Well, you have a go. You have a go on different things. So I was under pressure to sort of, you know, to get in on the act. So I'm going to do one with this, because the thing is, it's all well and good, like sort of having an expensive sort of necklace like this. But then you've got to play it. And they go mad at me because basically it's not my finest hour. I can't think it's only strapped on. Hey, when was the last time you were? This is a song about. I don't know if you remember it. A few years ago, there was a program. I think it was on the BBC about the greatest Britain, and you had to vote who you thought was the greatest Britain. I think Winston Churchill won it. And it was all, as you would expect, Nelson and Churchill and Isambard, Kingdom Brunel and people like that. Which is fair enough, but this is a song for the people who we thought perhaps should have won it, the people who really made Britain great. So it's called Digging Holes. Sweat, digging through the dead of night, men gave their lives. Don't forget the future is built upon the past, and all the things they built, well, they built them to last. Trains run over bridges, cars run down straight roads. All these things were started by men digging holes. What we've got we plan to keep. We dug this hole on bended knee, digging through the dead of night. 5 gave their lives. What done you will forget. We dug this hole with blood and sweat, digging through the dead of night. Men gave their lives. Don't forget the future is built upon the past, and all the things they built, well, they built them to last. Trains run over bridges, cars run down straight roads. All these things were started by men digging holes. The future's built on memories by bigger men than you and me. Digging through the dead of night, men gave their lives. Thank you. We're gonna finish with a song which is hopefully sort of fitting given the circumstances of what brings us to the room together tonight. Because I live on the edge of the Rossendale Valley at a place called Ramsbottom. I remember this very, very well. And there's a song, an old folk song called The Rotten Stall Country Fair, which those people who are here tonight from Rossendale might have heard that folk song. And it was like a celebration of the weird and the wonderful and the diverse. And so we've nicked some of that and put it into the middle eight of this song. And as our little, it seems apt as our contribution for tonight. It's actually a song that we wrote. We play a residency at a place, and one of the bar staff there has a 5-year-old daughter called Katie. And whenever one of our CDs goes on, apparently she says to her mum, "It's the Twinkly Band," which sounds far better than the name we gave ourselves. But it was too late. The T-shirts were done, you know. So we thought, well, if we were Katie's Twinkly Band, what sort of music would we play? And this is what we came up with. Thank you for listening, and don't forget, there's superb poetry, there's fantastic, fantastic music yet to come. You listen, please. This is the sound of a storm at sea. This is the sound of the wind through trees. And this is the sound of the fallen leaves. Twinkly Band, we sing songs from a far off land. We sing songs from around the world. We bring joy to the boys and girls. Won't you listen, please? This is the sound of the birds and bees. This is the sound of a desert storm. And these are the cries of a child just born. Twinkly Band, we sing songs from a far off land. We sing songs from around the world. We bring joy to the boys and girls. roll up to the rotten stall fair. We've got some stories to tell you from there. Roll up to the rotten stall fair. We've got some stories to tell you from there. Of tattooed ladies, bearded babies, mermaids in cages. Of tattooed ladies, bearded babies, mermaids in cages. So much. Cheers. Thank you for the sound. It was spot on.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could just have your attention very shortly, I'll keep it quiet because words fail me when it comes to. I'm probably going to fill up, so I'll be very quick. I first heard of the story a few months ago that my old friend Julie Kirsch introduced us to the Sophie Foundation, and it moved me beyond words. It certainly did. And then when I listened to Sylvia speak, one, I don't know how she managed to speak with such profanity and such beauty, but she truly is an inspirational woman, and it gives me a personal great honour to be able to do this tonight. And thank you all so much for coming along. Like I keep on saying, I know I keep going on about it, but without further ado, I'd like you to introduce you to Sylvia Lancaster. Thank you.
I'm not tall enough. That's great, thank you. And thanks for that lovely welcome. What I'd just like to say to you all is thank you for coming and thank you for showing your support. And you can tell I'm not sure what I'm going to say, but... Right, I'm not going to go into any great depth and detail about, Sophie and the attack. I think you're all aware of that. What I'd like to do more so is focus really on the positive aspects of the work that we've been doing. And I'm sure that people are aware that obviously we've been working since Sophie's death. And particularly in the last 6 or 7 months, we've beginning to reap the rewards, I think, for the work that we have done. And we've worked really hard, we've been talking to government, and as part of that, I'm part of the advisory board. And last week, which is massive for us as a foundation, I've been asked to go to Strasbourg to go and speak to European MEPs on hate crime. That for us as a small charity, validates the work that we've been doing. And I will be doing that in May, so that's really massive for us, and really positive. And also, we've met Julie and Ian, wherever Kirsch is, there he is. And they've given us their support, which, money can't buy, actually. It's been amazing. And along with Kate, who's a campaign manager, Ian and Julie have set up a creative writing competition. And it's called the Sophie Lancaster Creative Writing Competition, because Sophie was a prolific writer and a prolific reader. And to have something you know, along those terms is massive for me as a mum, actually. You know, let's have it right. As a mum, I know what that would have meant to her. And that's amazing. And just thank you for your support. You know, it's in every school in Manchester, in East Lancashire, in Blackburn and Darwin. And every time I see one of the posters, you know, with the name on there, I smile to myself, a wry smile, and you know, think good on you. And that's really lovely and very positive. And also what's happened in recent weeks, once again, you know, we've done a lot of work with in Romania, and what's happened is we've been asked to start the campaign up in Australia and New York, working alongside Illamasqua, you know, the makeup company who we're their charity of choice. And some days I wake up, you know, and I think, oh my God, you know, God, it's just amazing. And we could not have done it, you know, without people such as yourselves showing us the support that you've shown, and helping us along the way. And it was interesting, you know, Rupert there mentioned about the world, and it sometimes feels as though we're joining up the world, and let's all hold hands together and stand together, and we will win out, you know, and people will follow on from us, you know, in years to come. The work will continue, and future generations will come on board, and we welcome that. And I'd also, you know, like to say a big thank you to Kate, who's our campaign manager, who, God bless her, works our Facebook. You know, and does a damn good job on that. But my big baby at the moment is the educational workshops. We've worked very hard to get them up and running. We've worked hard to develop them. You know, they're not written on the back of an envelope, they're very professional. And what we're doing is taking them into schools and teaching young people about the need for tolerance. And although we focus on alternative subcultures, whether that be goths, punks, emos, skaters, bikers, whoever, that game can actually be used, you know, for other sections. You know, such as racism, disability, etc. And I've just got an email yesterday that our group works were presented to the government in Ireland, and they've asked me to go across in October and talk to them about having the group works in schools in Southern Ireland and in Belfast. And I'd just like to say, you know, sometimes it's all a bit overwhelming, but because we believe in what we're doing, because we're passionate, and because we're very focused, I think that's contributed to how far we've come. And once again, I'd just like to say thank you to you all for your support. We certainly couldn't do it, you know, without fundraisers such as this, you know, for people giving of their time and very freely. And we most wholeheartedly say thank you to you all. And I'd just like to introduce Mike Garry. Thank you.
Glasses and everything, sorry. Hello. On Cheetah Mill. He shoots the songbirds in his back garden, silencing the skylarks, nightingales on the menu, rough plucked, gutted and garnished in garlic. He licks his lips, tightens his tummy tucks and begins, starting with the head. A kiss for the beak, then he sucks out the brains. Scorched eyes soon follow, like a semicolon or matted mascara. Then peeling the breast, he forks the tiny morsels and swallows, all gone in one. No drumsticks or waif-like wings, put your ear to his tummy and you'll hear him sing faint lullabies and goodbyes from the inside. Like a tearful daughter sat in the back of a steamed-up car, begging her dad not to make her do this anymore. But I don't want to think about these things that I've been thinking about, because when I think about the things that I think about, don't think about them, I think about something else. I'll try to think about the things I don't want to think about. You think about it. I said I don't want to think about these things that I've been thinking about, because when I think about the things I think about, don't think about it, I think about something else. I think about something that won't make me think about the things I don't want to think about. And I knew it was different. That time in Rory's kitchen with a safety pin and an ice cube. And I knew it was different. That time when I tied my little brother's shoelaces together on the first day of school. And I knew it was different. That time when I saw my dad in bed with his face all twisted. And I knew it was different when I was in Legend with our Chris dancing to house. But I don't want to think about these things that I've been thinking about. When I think about the things I think about, I think, don't think about them, I think about something else. And I think about things that won't make me think about the things I don't want to think about. And I knew it was different when I wrote those words and got on the girls, you know, all the words to songs by Shaka Khan. And they can dance and they can sing and they can point and grin at all the boys covered in their tattoos with their trainers gleaming and their faded denim and they're twisting a sleeper in one ear. And they're driving XR3s and they're growing their own homegrown weed and they're following the Kipak's chair. But it's only the girls who seem to gyrate in Gorton because all the boys are making plans to rid themselves of the CSA and to skadoosh to Amsterdam. Jump on a bus number 53 and you give the driver 70p and you get off at the DSS and welcome to Russia home. What a sorrowful mess. This is Asia Town, South Manchester, or is it Central now where you can buy the most exotic fruits and vegetables, half cows, and in the evening the place is just heaving. There's about 1,000 restaurants to fill. It's all poppadoms, madras and water. Then you're quickly shown a billboard behind this tacky facade. There's little Johnny and he's playing in his 10-foot yard. He's playing Slap Me Mum's Head Off the Wall because there's nowhere to play in Rush Home anymore. It's a park full of needles, dog shit Johnnies and smack dealers. It's deserted, it's ignored, and it's forgotten. It's like the fruit left in the house. It's rotten. So get me out of this dive. I'll jump back on the 53, but this time give the driver 55 and go past the job shop where the Ethiopians and the Irish are forced to live in a shoebox because they thought they'd escaped the war on the borders of Mossad and Russia. Not at all. Fight your way off the 53 at Rec Park on Great Western Street and you walk in a real cool meadow laid back state to water famous Princess Parkway and you watch the commuters pull up to the computers, pick up the quids and drive home to the wives and kids and curse the price of childcare in Winslow, Hale and all the others. And across the Russian Roulette Road is in Alexander Park Estate, a place of beauty, place of hate, a place of culture and history. Forget the museums full of science and industry, millions of pounds from a national blaggery. This is the place you want to be if it's a better person you really want to see. So take a walk down Peppy Hill Walk to 15-year-old kids who are earning 2k a week as they're rushing this and that and they're going here and there and you take me mountain bike if you dare. Think I want to do this? No, authorities and taking the piss. So now I sell my dreamy concoctions because this moss man's provided with very few options, just a paintbrush and some overalls and a list of instructions to paint some old church hall. But I thought you said you liked art. I said your careers advisor, Mr. Marks, you take a walk down Quinny Chicane and watch real people dodging pit bulls in the rain and asking someone called to lose all your strife when he's working so hard to make a life with everything in the world is working against you. But I don't want to think about the things I've just been thinking about because when I think about the things I think about, I think, Mike, don't think about them. Think about something else. Think about something that won't make you think about the things you don't want to think about. You think about it. And I knew it was different in Tony Busey's bedroom when he said, let's bleach our hair. And I knew it was different when I wrote those words. Brooks Bar isn't far, you can jump in any salmon car. They're the cheapest cabs in Manchester, without a doubt. There's no locks on the doors, there's no puke on the floor, there's no daft driver trying to turf you out. You ask the driver to take you to the party down at Leafy Green, Cholton come Hardy, ask him or her to go a long way around, while you just sit back and listen to the pirate sounds, which are slapping out pure dub and reggae on this, you Mancunian away day on this, you Mancunian away to check out Withington Road, full of special schoolgirls all by the busload, and they're all staying late for the detention because it's a poverty beyond your and my comprehension. It's all working girls in Victorian settings, not enough child benefit and too much scratch card betting, and Julie says, leave it out, I'm only doing my job, playing with this old man's throb. I mean, a shrink to dibble who think the more they slap me, the more I'll love them. You won't believe the sorts of geezers who come through my door. Some say they do it simply because they're bored, and some say they do it simply for the change. But that's life in the slow lane. Welcome to Wally Range. Swing right up the masculine road. You dump your fish and you tip your drive and you meander and floating out of Chuck. There's quite small shops, all the brother pads, clothes pegs, and the pans and pots, and all the British butchers, Polish bakers, arty-farty candlestick makers, smashed windows in the public houses, graffitied walls with the words. Gangs of guys stood outside pubs drinking beer in the cold and that sweet smell of burning Afghanistan gold, and it's just guys ripping the piss out of each other, but ain't that a symbol of friendship from one to another? So check out the lamplight of the bowling green or the horse and jockey where Curly can be seen he's loading the waves into a fruit machine or sweating over a nab in the 315. But please, don't sit down in the Trevor, you'll be sat in there for bloody ever with all the builders, the joiners, the sparks and the actors, and you know those tan Pringle jumpered subcontractors and those queues of men who waited all day for that small brown envelope for that full week's wage that they'll drink and smoke and bet and waste, creating one more wrinkle on his poor wife's face, striated with age, but still carries a certain beauty and still carries total grace. And on Beach Road, which is full of tourists and toads and the lead station, you know the Dolly Dykes Nation, and on Beach Road is the Irish Club. It's where the subcontractors go and they sneak out of the pub. The car park bulges, Red Merc, Red Sierra, paid for the money that they fleeced from the brother who arrived and showed them a bag of name and a promise and stacked. Laying Black Tarmac Adam in Carrington Spa, you see, they've consciously remembered to ignore the culture, taking no leaves out of Asian, Jewish or Sophie Lancaster Foundation books, because the rich Irish and mans don't really give a monkeys. Oh, Cholton come out here, a wonderful place. You like a smile and a battered and bruised child's face with your pubs and your clubs and your shippies and your shops and your gangs of lads being caught on the hop and your gangs of girls swapping curling tongues with cousins, mates, aunties and mums. And now it's GHDs and curling tongues with cousins, mates and aunties and mums and cousins, mates and aunties and mums and cousins, mates and aunties and mums, and now just mums. But I don't want to think about the things I've just been thinking about, because when I think about the things I think about, I think, Mike, don't think about it. Think about the jukebox. Think about something else. Think about something that won't make you think about the things you do. I need a drink now. Yeah, clock this. So there's 12 naughty 13-year-old schoolboys. And the 14 miles from 15 even naughtier 16-year-old schoolgirls who were all reading just 17. And they're cruising towards each other in two 18-seater minibuses, north and south respectively, along the A19. The boys drink fizzy pop. burp loudly and laugh while the girls coolly and calmly sip warm bottled water through a straw. Some 20 minutes later, having travelled 21 miles, a 22-ton truck travelling 23 miles above the speed limit skids, twists, jackknives and flicks, producing 24 battered, bruised and bloody casualties. Clockless. Yeah, clockless. 1 minute later, 2 people are kissing on a doorstep of a 3-bedroom terrace house in Fallowfield, Manchester. He's been away for 4 nights and missed his wife and 5 daughters so much he swears, I'll never leave that girl again. And then a 6th sense twitching mid-kiss because there's something amiss, and 7 seconds later, he thinks about his daughter. 8 hours away skiing in Scotland on a school trip. She'll ring tonight at 9. His wife insists. So, bedtime stories, good night kiss. Then the 10 o'clock news, reports of the minibus and a handful of survivors, and seconds later the phone rings. Hello? Yes? Yes, Maria? You're 11? He replaces the receiver, wishing he was 12. And in Fallowfield, it's the dogs that run the weed. There's a little compartment in the collar where they keep each deal. And they run from house to house and from street to street into the places that the tourists never choose to see, between Wilburn Road and Nursery Street, where large avenues of people live in a massive vacuum, listening to crackling transistor radios, slapping out crackling chart tunes from out of the window of a Ford Cortina Mark II with bricks for wheels because the milk was overdue. And good jumble sales still happen round here. It's where Jack the lad gets all his going out gear, a bobbled Pringle jumper that a golfer used to wear. Looks really smart in Albert Square on one of the lads' big nights out, doing Giranis, nicking jackets and stealing snouts and mind-sweeping pints when their owners are up dancing, and at 1:43 the lads start romancing. It's 1:45. Still haven't copped. Probably because I'm totally out of the box and I can't really dance. I can only smoothly just hold a little tight and slowly move. But there's loads of mams and there's loads of prams and a trading Prozac for stories of painful mammary glands and the same old words, sometimes whispered, sometimes blasted. Here knows everyone for the grief that they take rearing kids on that city council housing estate. And next door to the library is a place known locally as hell. It's a 12 by 12 foot room. It's a flat laying police cell. It's where the bank clerks, Sunday footballers and innocent meet after battles with Crumpsall down on Oxford Street. But they're all laughing now and they're all joking with each other because one of this team knows one of this team's brothers. So they all meet up in Fridays on the following night and take on with it. Yeah, with it. In a massive fight, but outside Victoria White, between the hours of about 8 and 9, there's a girl. She's old enough to hustle, but she's no older than the time, and she's waiting for a friendly face to come passing by, and then she'll grip him real coyly, saying, "Can you do me a favour? Can you get us 10 B&H and a bottle of cider? I swear they're not for me, though, they're for my bedridden mother, but she'll take them and she'll smoke them down on Wilburn Fields. She doesn't like the 6, she doesn't like the cider, she doesn't like the 6, she doesn't like the cider, she doesn't like the 6, she doesn't even like the fucking cider, but she likes the way it makes her feel." And she's laying her back and staring up at the stars. It somehow helps to massage all the scars and the short stagger home, and through the back door she picks a drunken dad off an even drunker floor. She's up the stairs, her head spinning, her cheeks are ballooned because she's eating inside her the new chocolate. And then eventually blank, it's just another child left ploughing arrow and left fallow for far too long. Too many hiding fathers, too many crying mums, too many hiding fathers, too many crying mums, too many hiding fathers, too many crying mums, too many crying mums. thank you. I promise I'll be more cheerful for the next few poems. Oh, do you know, depress the fuck out of myself, right, Mike, cheer up. Happy occasion. It is a happy occasion. And I knew it was different when Rupert before said, it's not just about one person, it's about everyone. I've been travelling north. I've been going up north, Mank. I love it. Travel there since I was a little kid. My granddad had a pub on Red Hill Street round the corner. I've been going up north. Anyone ever been to the Embassy Club? I always wanted to go to the Embassy Club, but I thought, Mike, don't, because I knew it was different. Yeah. I thought, I'm the sort of person who walks up to doors and the bouncers always go, you can't work out, you can't quite work out why. It's not your kind of night, but we don't need. Well, that's what the Embassy Club was always like to me, and a lot of clubs in Oldham and places like that. Butterflies, they always had names like that. You know. And they're always got mate. Same with the Embassy Club, really. So I thought, well, Mike, you're a poet. Imagine. It's my job. Isn't it great sitting there and just going, I'm working. Dim the lights. This is called Penny for a Guy. Dim the lights. Because tonight's the night. Your feet are stuck to the carpet. And it's $1.50 a pint. Of smooth, real smooth as you move and you groove in and out of northern souls, because that's a different world with different goals than us Guardian readers of the South. Oh, the South. Don't just love the South. Well, latte and cappuccino are never sold at Bernard's Disco. And no one asks for the cricket scores, because footy's for heroes, cricket's for bores. Veggie options, chicken in a basket. Without the chicken, it's lard northern fried and it's finger licking. And the DJ smiles as he scratches and he mixes with his mouths playing breakbeat and his crumpsel mix. And they'll dance in the pavements and they'll dance in the halls and they'll dance to that slow spinning mirror ball and they'll dance in the bedrooms before they go out drinking Lambrini, smoking Mayfair snouts, and they'll dance all night because for some it's their only night out. Just like Mogadon John as he sings through his broken teeth, because it's Mogadon for breakfast and it's Mogadon for tea. Washed down every Friday, 8 pints of smooth, and the karaoke weeps as John's starting his groove, because I've got chills, they're multiplying and I'm losing control. But no one knows if Johnny's singing or just speaking from the soul, and the ashtrays dream, the ashtrays heave, the ashtrays dream, all the ashtray dreams as hope volcanoes explode in the bog as the credit cards and dole cards go chop, chop, chop. And there's Grands on E that cost 40p, she'll dance with arms aloft, but she's only 43, but she missed the first summer of love. She was learning to kiss behind Bernard's Club with a second-rate comedian with a snake-like tongue, with a middle finger fiddles with a twisted thong in a mini skirt in a low-cut top, but she's fucking beautiful, this woman. She's top of the pops. She's got a vision, a wisdom and a philosopher's mind, and words tenderness these words can't describe, because I saw her this morning outside the Simpson Memorial, fallen grandson in her arms, softly imploring him, please, little sweetheart, let me take this pain away. by rocking you in my loving arms until the break of day, and love just bled from this woman, the likes I've never seen. But now she's stood on a dance floor with her arms in the air and she's screaming, I see it! I see it! And Macy reckons Tracy's getting far too fucking faced there for robbing handbags at the christening of her goddaughter Stacey. So in Laundreham, adorned in pyjamas, Trace on Stacey's gone bananas, ripping locks, tearing faces, Tracy's face has been replaced with a scab that tells a story and a lesson to behold. Round here you can rob from anyone, but you don't rob from your own. But Carla's outside and she's doing penny for a guy. Every penny goes to charity. Carla swears on a man's life. But the charity nominated is one of Carla's very old. It's for a little brother and sister sat eating chippy tea again at home. But Carla's mum's flat out in bed and has been for 3 weeks as Carla took the needle from her arm just after she OD'd, and she panicked and in a state of shock she simply carried on. Just like you and I do when we choose to ignore. Just like you and I do when we cowardly avoid the truth, like when we see the girl who gets slapped as a boyfriend does abuse, or when we see old dodgy Bob hanging around the schools, you know, the access cards and that slow leaking roof, or when the guy down the pub slags Nigerians for nicking all our jobs, when the guy down the pub for 19 years has continually signed on, when kids with guns knock on next door, you slyly draw your curtains, but when you stood in court you bow your head and you say, Judge, I can't be certain, but Carla's still outside, nearly 1:30. We're all off the chippy, and we're all going home, and Carla disappears that night of life we should have saved, and she's never found on Salworth Moor, cold and shallow grave, and we ignore abuse. Walk past violence every single day, but we'll look to blame a teacher or a social worker who's as plain as a nose on your face. But Carla's voice can still be heard outside Bernard's on bonfire night, and if you listen carefully, you'll hear the words. Penny for a guy. Swear on a long life. Swear on a long life. Said cheer up, boy. Am I boring you all? Right, I'll do some happy ones. I'll do one about someone who's no, I won't do that. I'll do something else. I'll do this. I've got a word of religious belief, and basically, I won't tell you about it, I'll just do the poem. Thanks for not talking, by the way. It helps it out. At the dawn of time, and before this all began, God was putting his final touches to his master plan, but scratching his head and drawing all he could muster. He contemplated the enormity of building Manchester. Location, industry, people and its humans. He was paving the pathways, he was forming the futures. He concluded that Manchester would be the most awesome of tasks. So like a true monk, he rested for a week. And saved the best to last. But his blood, sweat and tears gave him an idea. I'll keep the city moist for the majority of the year. Australia, America, New Zealand, Finland. No, he decided the most appropriate place was in the heart of the northwest of England, 30 miles from any ocean, foot of the Pennines, location sussed, and it was only 9:15. When it came to culture, God left Manchester to itself. He thought, through natural selection, the city would define its own artistic and literary wealth, so that music, sport, film, theatre and art would flow as naturally as blood for every man and woman's heart. And yet, working hard is really important, but so's a game of footy on a Saturday and Sunday morning, so by 10 o'clock, the problem was solved. It allowed Manchester culture to slowly evolve. But it did give us one cultural gift in the form of a riff and the form of a quiff. And by digging deep and by working hard, we were granted Stephen Patrick Morrison and Johnny Martin. And when it came to industry, the rain was of most importance to generate industrial energy through the simple use of water, so that rivers, reservoirs, canals and streams would fuel the way to an industrial dream, the things that rise, the things that die like the sun and his sun and his soul. So ensured that beneath our very feet lay black seam after seam of coal. So in our backyard and falling from the the sky was the most natural of energy solutions, building bridges and forming pathways to our industrial revolution. Factories, mills and mines made Mank the chimney of the world, providing employment for miles around every man, woman, boy and girl. Yeah, human rights and human wrongs other cities could only follow, but what happened in Mank today happened in the rest of the world tomorrow. Exhausted, exhilarated but jubilant, he knew he was on to a winner. He defined the very fabric of the city, so he decided to take an early dinner. And with hindsight, reserved the afternoon for the most difficult of tasks to bar on. He'd be working late, maybe overtime, crafting the Manchester man. So you got to imagine now, God's on his dinner. He's gone a bit early, hasn't he? Kept his eye out, got off a bit early. Came back 10 minutes. Just think to yourself, what would God actually have for his dinner? It's an interesting thought, isn't it? He was a man, right? After pie, chips and gravy and an ice cold Diet Coke, he contemplated Undernard, the peculiar but the complex bloke. He focused on the working class. Upper class, he didn't have time. It was something like the way he shot foxes. Something like the way he sliced smiled. He made the Manchester man honest, smart, cunning, fierce and brave. Honourable, trusting, chivalrous and loyal and humble in his so many ways. He made the Manchester man thoughtful, artistic and highly musically refined. A touch of rebel without a cause, who's aware but in touch with his feminine side. He made the Manchester man thoughtful, artistic, and I'm repeating the line again. He made the Manchester man thoughtful, ambitious, walk on water and he'd run through fire. He'd be softly spoken, emotionally open, an enigma, sublime. Character sorted, genetics defined. A God exhausted, but it was 9:30. Tired of his creation of his Manchester man, he rested and he suppered on. Well, it can be bread and wine, or it can be a nice cold can. But when dreaming that night, because you know all gods have to dream, he remembered his creation of an Adam and an Eve, an apple, a serpent, original sin. And he took his plans for his Manchester man and he placed them in the bin. Catholic rearings, Sunday Mass, the hours I've spent in my RE class, the questions, the quandaries and the constant confusion has led me to arrive at this unique conclusion. God is a mank. Mary's from Gorton. Jesus and Joseph were both born in Moston. Judas Iscariot is from London. Well, he came here study when he was a student. 3 wise men, Withenshaw, Benchill, Bagley, Woodhouse Park, the guys who flanked Jesus when he died on the cross, were from Claremont Road in the heart of the moss. Golgotha is here at the top of Eaton Park. And a swollen Mersey down in Didsbury is where Noah launched the ark. I always forget all that stuff. Religious theological conclusion that I've come to is that God, the creator of man, heaven, earth, the castle, Sophie Lancaster and a man. It's got to be a Mancunian. Thank you, you've been really, really well. Good job I brought that.
We're just going to take another couple of minutes, go outside, get some fresh air, cool down, because it's very warm in here. I don't know if you've noticed. When I was younger I could play without ever worrying what consequence I face. But as I lay down asleep at the end of the day without a worry in my mind, and as fun as the future could be, like what kind of superhero would most define me? And all of my friends who would turn up and see the choices in life are driving me wild. 'Cause now I'm here and I'm a little mystified. Now I'm here. Now I'm here and I'm a little mystified. Now I'm here. 'So now I'm grown up, so they say, and still I'm not worrying what consequence to face. But as I lay down to sleep at the end of the day, I can rest my weary eyes. And as messed up as futures can be, so what kind of superhero would most define me? And all of my friends who have grown up and see the choices in life are driving me wild. 'Cause now I'm here and I'm a little mystified. Now I'm here. Now I'm here and I'm a little mystified. Now I'm here.
It's a buzz there.
'Cause now I'm old and not too wise, and I'm a little mystified.
Don't know what the buzz is. It's
Now I'm here and not too wise, and I'm a little mystified. Yeah.
Did you hear that buzz?
Hello everyone. Thank you very much. That was a bit warm here, isn't it? It's even warmer still over there. Thanks again. I'd just like to say what a wonderful evening it's been so far. Some fantastic poetry there from Mike and some brilliant music from everyone involved. I really do appreciate you all coming back in. It's really warm in here and I can appreciate it. Kind of a little bit about who we are and who I am, I suppose. I'm Andy Oliver, not to be confused with Oliver Rupert here, and James LL, and the lovely Rachel Hall. Me and Jim have been working together for for about a year, and this is how it kind of live sounded, and we're trying to develop it continually. But this is a new song. Jim wrote this with a really nice, cheery edge to it, and we both played it and went, nah, actually we'll change it. It's far too happy for us. It's shit when it's happy, isn't it, Jim? This is a song called Slipping Away. I think I'm falling to something I don't understand, and all these things I thought would hold me are now just slipping through my hands, and all the time I'm losing faith. So many things that I can change. All my days are slipping away. All my days are slipping away. All my days are. I feel my days are getting slower. I watch the falling autumn leaves. I hang my head a little lower, 'cause I know one day you're gonna leave. And all the while I'm losing faith. So many things that I can change. All my days are slipping away. All my days are slipping away. All my days are gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Gone. All my days, all my days, all my days, all my days. I bet you're all intrigued now as to what the happy version was. Well, I'll get Jim to explain it. Basically, it was that song, but without everything bad happening. The days were getting brighter and everything. It was really nice. This is a song called In Your Eyes. This is relatively happy, James. Can we still play it? Yeah. We didn't give James a microphone because he gets very loud and swears a lot. But this is a song called In Your Eyes. It's like you never tasted wine. You never seem to have the time. And as we're standing here in line, well, it slips by ya. It's like you only had the taste for only betting on last place. And as we watch the final race, well, they skip by ya. 'Cause I could be your true lifesaver, but only for tonight. And I could be your true dream maker, but only in your eyes, baby, in your eyes. You know you never caught the breaks. You only seem to make mistakes. I know you should be safe and face it passed right by you. Well, I can be your true companion, but only for tonight. And I can be your man D'Artagnan, but only in your eyes, baby, in your eyes, baby, in your eyes. I hope you get to see your life with all the colors in the sky. And if you get to drink your wine, I hope it satisfies you. Well, I can be your true lifesaver, but only for tonight. And I can be your true dream maker, but only in your eyes. And I can be your true companion, but only for tonight. And I can be your man D'Artagnan, but only in your eyes, baby, in your eyes, baby, in your eyes, yeah. Thank you. I brought a towel and everything because I get really sweaty fingers, and I've left it upstairs. I could use my hat, but then everyone would see me ball past. This next song is a one that I fought venomously to not play because I didn't like it. But this is my song, my own song. It's nobody else's fault. But Jim said, honestly, Andy, persevere, and eventually somebody will like it. So, Jim's not the fella. So if it goes wrong, it goes horribly wrong. Blame Jim. Somebody, I don't know if anybody knows, but there are quite a lot of people who know me story, but the reason this song came about was I'd put on Facebook or emailed a friend and said, I've stopped drinking. He went, the day you stop drinking is the day the world stops spinning. So this song's called World Stop Spinning. Look at the way the flowers bright. The sun will still shine in the sky. Ain't it funny how shit can still seem right? The day will still move in tonight. And even the brakes that dent your wheel can keep you climbing up that hill.
without the need of a happy pill to pick you up and move you still. Well, maybe the world stops spinning, but we still are turning. Well, maybe the world stops spinning, but we still are turning, yeah. Who knows where this may lead? Whenever I say the words come out the same. What's wrong with just getting by in this crazy little game called life? Well, maybe the world stops spinning, but we still are turning. Well, maybe the world stops spinning, but we still are turning. And even when you're down, maybe the world's out on the ground, the world still spins around again, around again. And even when you're bold, maybe the world's locked out in the cold, we still round around, around again. And even when you're down, maybe the world's locked out in the ground, we still round again, around again, yeah. Maybe the world's not spinning, we still are turning.
Hey, thank you very much. Has everybody got their cards that they purchased as part of the raffle? Yes. I'm going to do some kind of communication now with Sylvia. She's going to shout out a card. Don't shout out the 5 of hearts. Don't shout out the 5 of spades. Think of another one. 5 of diamonds. Who's got the 5 of diamonds? Woo! James's wife has got the 5 of diamonds. 6. How many prizes have we got? 6. Yeah. 2 of hearts. Hey! And the next one. Jack of spades. Very well done. Jack of spades, keep your cards. And another one. Queen of hearts. Get in. Get in. And finally, for the raffle. Jim, you've got the ace of spades. Oh, it's the ace of hearts you've got. I thought you had the ace of spades. Who's got the ace of spades? Excuse me. Nobody. Did you get one? Keep hold of your tickets, your cards, and at the end of the night we'll dish out the prizes. So just keep hold of them. Remember your winners. I know that you're all winners. You're getting a signed CD. I was going to charge you too. No, I'm going to charge you too. I kind of was going to shy away from doing this next song, or I was, but this is a song Jim has written. And I think it's a beautiful, beautiful song. It's about losing someone. So I thought, no, it's not fair, because I think it's a song that evokes a lot of memories, and it's very beautifully written, and I think it'll be enjoyable to play. There amongst the reeds and the tangled twisted vines lays the body of a girl who went swimming in the night, and they'll find her in the morning when the grass is wet with dew, and they'll send a man in an overcoat to go and break the news. We found her ease this morning in the day's first light. If it hadn't been for the darkness, we might have saved her life. Friends and family dressed in their Sunday best, there to lay the one they love finally to rest. Morning in black stood in the field of rain, wondering if they will ever feel the same again. The Father proclaimed she will be born into the light, out of the darkness and back into the light. Where do we go? Our hearts and our souls. I don't ever want to let you go. I never let you go. Sister speaks in whispers, and her hands they dry her eyes. She says, these days I spend my hours in the shadows of my mind, where I can see her laughing and dancing in the sun, and I can hear her talking of all our years to come. And I hope one day she finds me and takes me to the light, 'cause I'm wrestling in the darkness and I'm losing the fight. The mother reads the cards and arranges them in line with 1,000 words of sorrow that echo through her mind. And it's in the quiet hours when the time slows and stills. It's in these moments that all around she feels she has come to take her back into the light, out of the darkness and back into the light. She says that it's amazing what I can see from here. I'm standing on the horizon and the world just disappears, and it feels like I am falling back into the
Thank you. While these guys tune back up again, I'll tell you a little bit more about my sordid history.
a few years ago, you would definitely not have seen me be drinking water. Man, you wouldn't have seen me sat here. What time is it on a Sunday night? I'd have been carted off somewhere. I might have failed somebody's attention, but I was in a bit of a bad way. I lost myself a bit along the way, and I kind of hit self-destruct for about 3 years, and it finally came to a head, and I managed to see sense. The only reason I managed to see sense was because of a beautiful wife who stood by me through thick and thin, and many a test was put upon it. I was a right shit. There's no point in lying. That's me, and the other people who got me through are some very, very wonderful friends. Some are here tonight, and I'd just like to sing this song for one of those. Though I seem to not care, seem to dwell in my sorrow, then a voice in the night, it called out my name. Seemed to offer me hope in the place where I wallow, and your voice in the night helped keep me sane. And the way this could be seems like madness to me, as our life passes by in the blink of an eye. Though the past shall remain, thanks to you I have changed. As I sit by myself and I gaze to the window, at the maddening crowd and the way this could go. All the world passes by, seems to race to tomorrow. Thanks to you I'm alive, and it's starting to show. And the way this could be seems like madness to me, as our life passes by in the blink of an eye. Though the past shall remain, thanks to you I have changed. And all's left to say is thank God Julie saves. And all's left to say is thank God Julie saves. And all's left to say is thank God Julie saves.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Now, I'm unaccustomed to playing lead guitar, but I think the guys have informed me that I'm now performing a la Slash with my next piece. I'd like to introduce you a bit more to Donny, who's going to take the lead vocal in this song. He's a wonderful singer, frontman of many a band, and he's a wonderful guy, and he's going to take the lead vocal on this song, and I really enjoy this song. I just think it's really, really nice. Just apologise in advance for my really shaky lead guitar. I built you up. I got all of the lead bits in the right order.
I was just enjoying Slash. I was carried away with the beauty. I want to listen to it again, you see.
I'm not going to give you that again. You're not getting it again. You had your one chance, you've spoiled it. Like I was saying, Donny's a shit. Let's go for it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyone get the deja vu?
You better tell me when, though. I'll watch you. Tell you what, I'm going to start in a moment. The black crow calls from the garden wall. I'm sure he's looking at me. There's something alive behind those eyes, and the shivers won't let me be. The wind it blows through the trees so tall, it seems to whisper like a wise. It tells me
It's the wicked that rule the world. It's the wicked that rule your heart. If good men do nothing now, they tear this world apart. Hey!
Black crow stares from the branches bare. It chills me to my spine. And the lawyers place the bets on the courtroom steps. They pull the strings that change our lives. I hear a sinister cry on the telephone lines. He rattles down the lines. It tells me
It's the wicked that rule the world. It's the wicked that rule your heart. If good men do nothing now, they tear this world apart. And it can be easy. Yes, it easy. Easy. Yes, it's easy.
corruption spells were conspiracy spells. The names of laws and sing for the soul. So hear me when I say, it's the wicked that rule the world. It's the wicked that rule your heart. If good men do nothing now, they'll tear this world apart. Hey! To sing for the soul, hear me when I say, the good must know. To sing for the souls, so hear me when I say, it's the good must know. To sing for the souls, so hear me when I say.
We've only got a few more for you. This song is mine and Jim's probably first real collaboration. Jim met me when I was sober, so he's never seen me drunk, thankfully.
Well, I don't think you'd have got involved, to be honest.
This is a song called Scar, written by Jim. We're working in the studio at the minute, and it was a nice little bit of guitar that James came up with. And we just kind of developed it. Jim doing the main brunt of the work and me just tagging along for the nice bits. I'm going to try and play the drum on the guitar while I'm doing it as well, so it might go horribly wrong, but please stick by it. It's a song called Scar.
I am lost between the hours that are minutes and days. Twisted visions, superstitions stand in my way. Time has no consequence in my mind. My scars won't let me be. Whispers in my head are twisting through my mind. A single moment owns me like I've wasted all my life. And as I'm there, it slips away again.
again. Whispers in my head are twisting through my mind. Whispers in my head are twisting through my mind. Whispers in my head are twisting through my mind. Whispers in my head are twisting through my mind. Hey, hey.
Thank you. This song terrifies me. It's kind of the penultimate song of the evening, and it's a song. It's a song about a drunk. I think you can all relate to it. Possibly you've all seen one. Possibly you're all maybe be one. I don't know. Not that I'm judging. It's 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. What you're all doing, still drinking? That's how it all starts. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. It's a song called Barfly, and it both scares me and excites me. It scares me more. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Say, none of us knew what to make. Twisted old confidences whispered in the rain, a window for a second to his whiskey-riddled brain. Pathways through life, they are dark, the words that would spill from his heart. Solemn declaration of the chances he had missed. For night on night he'd roam the world, permanently pissed. There's a picture of life as it all floated by, a picture of desperation hanging in the sky. The pain in his eyes, it's hard to disguise, friendly barfly. Love they have lost, the lessons he teach at no cost. The cost is bitter memories, and chances now are slim as he cries another bloody tear into his empty glass of gin. And if you could know what I know, the secrets he keep in his soul, consequence of living like the day would never end, as he takes another longful swig from his only one true friend. It's a picture of life as it all floated by, a picture of desperation hanging in the sky. The pain in his eyes was hard to disguise, friendly barfly. Picture of life as it all floated by, a picture of desperation hanging in the sky. The pain in his eyes is hard to disguise, friendly barfly. Live your life a moment at a time. Echoes that he's left us on the line. Lonely old obituary written now shall pass, with only shattered memories
we raise a glass. There's a picture of life as it all flooded by, a picture of desperation hanging in the sky, the pain in his eyes, it's hard to disguise, friendly butterfly. It was a picture of life as it all flooded by, a picture of desperation hanging in the sky, the pain in his eyes, it's hard to disguise, friendly butterfly. And now he's finally shuffled off the mortal coil into the abyss. His past will stand empty, but only for a while, till another lonely broken soul sits down with a weary smile.
Thank you. I'm sure I'm united with my wonderful people here in saying you've been a fantastic audience tonight. You've done fantastically well for coming out and for raising money for such a wonderful foundation. And also to a massive thank you to Lucinda, who's been wonderful for putting up with us all night. She's been fabulous. She's put up with us. And a big shout out to Rupert. Rupert was great in letting us use the venue, and he also was just fantastically wonderful. And also to the guys, you know, Harp and the Monkey guys, you're always good. You never disappoint. And now it leaves me. I'll try and do my video pose, Jim, so you can recognise me. We shot the video to our first single here. If you haven't seen it, go to andyoliver.co.uk and it's available on there. And if you haven't bought it, it's out in a few weeks. And we've got a few copies that have been signed and daft writing put on them because I thought that one day they might be worth a few bob. If not, you just flick them in a bin. But this song was for my beautiful wife who never gave up. Oh. Yeah. Passes that pint, James. This is a song about meeting somebody who really does change your world, and it's called Save the Last Day. It's right about the quiet times can leave you feeling cold inside. Till I'm here with you. Is this the way it's meant to be? As those around us stop to breathe and catch the beauty in the scene played out by you. It's true, you save the last dance for me. As the music slows down, I'm falling for you. You're here, you could say the next line for me. As the dance floor clears out, I'm falling to It's time for
us to live our lives and dance together in the night. Now I'm here with you, and it's the way it's meant to be. As those around us stop to breathe and catch the beauty in the scene played out by you. It's true, you save the last dance for me. As the music slows down, I'm falling, falling for you. You're here, you could say the next line for me. As the dance floor clears out, I'm falling, falling to you. And it's the way it's meant to be. And it's the way it's meant to be. It's the way it's meant to be. You save the last dance for me.
Thank you. Thank you.